Now, this where irony come in at. And this is just kind of go to what we was talking about as far as, oh boy, Avalon Blue, trying to make y'all homie apologize. I am in y'all hood. You know exactly where I'm at. And the 18th streets have whacked y'all out and put their hood. So with that being said, is somebody gonna make the 18th streets apologize? Do they gotta go on the internet now? Because I'm sure this has been happening way before old boy said what he said on the internet. But I mean, shit, here we are, right across from the Gardens. Everybody noticed the Gardens, and the 18th streets whacked it out and put their shit up. So, I mean, come on now, apologizing to the Mexicans. This just goes to the conversation we was having. The apology to the Mexicans just didn't make any sense. Now, y'all just saw that video that I played. I sent that to one of my partners. That's off the east side coming out the Avalon community. Shout out to what they got going on. But Avalon Blue, this message is for you, big dog. Because as I sit here and I watch you make another black man apologize for disrespecting Sureños after they disrespected him, I can't help but to feel like you made the wrong call. I can't help but to feel like maybe you in a position that you shouldn't be in as far as the black community, as far as leadership, because you're not really looking like a powerful leader, big dog, especially when you are coming out the Avalon community and we seeing that the 18th streets is hitting up all of y'all community. It don't matter if it's the Gardens, it don't matter if it's South Park, y'all community is y'all community. I'm you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. So on a ground level of basic understandings, you said that, oh yeah, well, we got Crip homies from Avalon and we get along with blah, 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 and all this and all that. So he had to apologize to the Mexicans. Well, the 18th streets, which is a Mexican gang, has infiltrated your community and they whacking y'all out. So is somebody gonna make the 18th streets apologize to the Avalons? Because that's disrespecting to the blacks. That's overall disrespecting to the blacks. And this is why it's disrespectful to the blacks as a whole, because the Avalons is a black community. So for an 18th street gang, which is the Mexican gang, to come in and feel like they can push y'all out or move y'all out is not a message only to the Avalons, but a message to black people entirely. So that's a strong message to the blacks. So Avalon Blue, I just want to know, as you've seen, the content that I just put up, and you've seen that, y'all getting whacked out and all this kind of stuff, I'm wondering where your antennas is at. I'm wondering what your thought process is. I'm wondering if you're willing to go onto the internet and say, hey, you know what, I'm wrong. I shouldn't have made my homie apologize, because I can see that the hatred for us from them is actually real by way of in my own community where we are watching an attempt for us to be pushed out. There's no reason that they're coming into you guys' community and crossing you guys out if not trying to remove you from your community. You feel me? That's simple. So, my question is, again, is somebody gonna sit up at the park and make the 18th streets apologize to the Crips, to the Avalons, to the blacks? I don't think so. And then even deeper than that, you have black Southsiders who say F hard ERs every day. Some of the most racist people from Mexican gangs are black people going against their own because they want to fit in with a Mexican gang and go against their own. Rich Rabbit was told he was too black. He a black person from a Mexican gang, and they told him he was being too black. Well, he black. But at the same time, too, you don't see them apologizing. And Rich Rabbit was from Playboys, and that's the hood that associate with the Avalons. That's the hood that make Avalon Blue was trying to make peace with. So how does that make sense? And then even deeper than that, I get that y'all got Mexican Crips from Avalon. That's y'all business. But if you're looking at the totality of the Mexican mafia and how they got things going on, yes, black Southsiders, but guess what they don't have? Any type of power. Guess what they're not in? In a position of influence. They're not. They're not. They are torpedoes. They have to give their life to a jail cell to prove that they're down with the barrio. That's what's required out of black members out of Mexican gangs. Detriment. So even still, being a black person from a Mexican gang is not to your benefit. It doesn't help you. It's just another way of them getting you up out the way. Oh, he with us, so we gonna make him crash out. Oh yeah, he with us, so we gonna make him torpedo. Oh yeah, he with us, so we gonna make sure he spend the rest of his life in a box in a cell. Yeah, we gonna make sure he do that. You feel me? That's not helping to the black cause. That's, again, still allowing racism and allowing prejudices to still get black people out the way, because when it's time to torpedo out, they not sending their own. They sending yo black A double. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at Avalon Blue. with confusion, because I'm trying to figure out, well, when you finna get your apology, because the Mexicans is all through your hood, through your community, and this ain't a call out to the Avalons. This is a call out to Avalon Blue. It's not a call out to the Avalons. How y'all handle y'all politics is how y'all handle y'all politics. But I am speaking on it as a black issue, because like I said, it's not just a message to the Avalons when the 18th Streets crossed them out. Look at how they was handling situations in the jungles. That in turn, that went from them saying that they into it with the BPSs to get into it with all black people, period. Because, oh, he's black, he could be from BPS. That nigga from 40s. He not even from over there. Oh, he's black, he could be from Avalon. That nigga from East Coast. He not even from over there. But do you think that Mexican gang members care about that? No. No. That's not something that's on the top of their radar. They saw a black person in the vicinity of a community that they don't get along with or that they want to extinguish, and they took him out. And that's the thought process. And Avalon Blue, you said that you done been to the penitentiary and you done did all this time. So I'm trying to figure out why you are maneuvering the way you maneuvering, big dog. But as a black man, yeah, I don't think that you qualified to drive this car, brother. I think you qualified to ride in it. I think you qualified to have a say-so in it. I don't think that you qualified to drive it, bro. I don't think that you qualified to be in control, bro. Not after what I seen. You feel me? And then after myself just finding myself on the east side yesterday and being in your community and seeing that, and you haven't made any mention of that, but you making mention of your homie having to apologize to the Mexicans, I don't feel comfortable with you being in leadership for the blacks. I don't. I think that you could do some things better. I think that you could learn some things. I think you can catch some education for sure. But as it stands right now, I don't think that you qualified to be any form of leadership for the blacks. I don't. I think that you could be a consultant at best. I also wanted to mention this too. Blue Devil from Haters World. Blue Devil, I wanted to cuss you out. I wanted to say some pretty mean things to you, some disparaging things to you, but I'm not. Because I'm smarter than you. And because I'm smarter than you, I'm able to understand the level of ignorance that you have because you have lack of education. Maybe, just maybe, you should stop talking because everything you say is hypocritical. Blue Devil will say left but go right, will say up but go down, will say I never use an N-word but then has a shirt that says ninja, 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 ninja. Blue Devil is for the betterment of his community. So Avalon Blue, I want to give you an example. You have Blue Devil saying to Cartoon, oh, I'm so disappointed in you, OG. You should want the blacks and the Mexicans to get together. Then if that's the case, Blue Devil, why haven't you ever went to your community and had your Mexican homies apologize for the disrespect towards blacks? Because your community is full of disrespectful people towards black people. Blue Devil's neighborhood is notorious in San Bernardino for not liking black people. So why are you not apologizing? Blue Devil, why haven't you, better yet, Blue Devil, why don't you apologize to the blacks on behalf of the 18th Streets for trying to get the black community out of the Avalon Gardens? Why don't you apologize for that, Blue Devil? I think that'll make it fair. I think Blue Devil should apologize for the 18th Streets coming into the Avalons, disrespecting blacks, because he was so, you know, gun-ho on Avalon Blue, making his dude apologize for disrespect. So when the 18th Streets come on and they wax things out and they put hard ER killer all through the jungles and they spray painting that, you should apologize, Blue Devil, because you don't stand for that, right? Right, okay, it makes sense. It makes sense. Or you could just shut up. Or you could just shut up because you avoid hard conversations with black men who will challenge you. You avoid hard conversations with black men who will put you in your place. And Blue Devil's notorious for never going onto a black person's platform, only having black people come onto his platform so he can monetize off their struggle, monetize off their pain, monetize off their issues, like the t-shirt of nigga, nigga, nigga. If Blue Devil was so for niggas, he would have gone on a black podcast by now, but he hasn't because that's what he thinks of black people. Blue Devil clearly doesn't fuck with black people. Clearly doesn't fuck with black people. Will go onto his platform, but he'll never go onto yours. At least Adam 22 go on to other people's platforms. Say what you want about Adam 22. At least he'll go on somebody else's platform. Blue Devil, psh. Make this noise. That all being said, man, red dots to the left, you know the rest. Say a prayer and be blessed. If you don't like what I said, DM me. We can get in the gloves.